Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Nitrostorm here. Welcome back to RevivedWitch. So apologies if it seems like I may be slacking, but don't worry, I've still been playing every day. You could just say that the game has been a little bit, relaxed at the moment, but they did release a new summon banner, and this is what we're going to be talking about this video. So, new character of Phileanosis, I think that's how you would pronounce it, Phileanosis, who is a compeller for, if I'm not I think, yeah, saltstone. And I think she has an interesting kit. So as per usual, when we do these banner review videos, do keep in mind that the skills are maxed out. So active skills are at level 5 and the passive is at level 2. So without further ado, her first skill is called the Flow. It costs 2 order to use, and at level 5 it reduces the damage taken by all allies by 20% for 5 seconds. After that, after the 5 seconds has passed, she will restore their health, everyone's health, equal to 50% of the damage taken. And this skill can only be cast once every 5 seconds. Her second skill is called Time Overclock, and it costs 4 chaos to use. And what it does is that the next time any ally uses an active skill, its damage and healing effect increases by 100%, and all enemies take extra magic damage equal to 300% of attack. So the range is all allies, so what that means is everyone will get this buff, so you'll get a maximum of 3 procs every time you activate this skill. Now last but not least, her passive is called Time Prognosis. And at level 2, what it does is that when you use the Flow, which is the first skill, there is a 50% chance to get 1 chaos energy, and when using Time Overclock, which is the second skill, there is a 50% chance to get 1 order energy. So overall, my first impression is that her kit seems pretty interesting. Do keep in mind that there is a limit to how often you can cast this skill, is once every 5 seconds. However, I wouldn't see that as like a detriment to like her overall kit, because the buff is 5 seconds and it can only be cast once every 5 seconds. So it's just a way to prevent any issues, I guess. But either way, you can still continuously keep this up. I think this is pretty good in terms of full auto, because it will ensure that the skill won't be spammed, which would be pretty much useless in terms of using this skill. So it's actually a plus when you're autoing. Her second skill, as I've mentioned earlier, is pretty decent. Increases damage and healing effect. However, this is gonna be difficult to control when you're on auto. So unless the characters that are with this doll have only attack skills or only healing skills, then you won't be able to, determine which skill will get buffed, or like if it's a damage or a healing skill. And even if you do have a damage dealing DPS and stuff, for example, you won't be able to control whether they use their first skill or their second skill for the enhanced damage effect when you're autoing. And this second part here, all enemies take extra magic damage equal to 300% of attack. It's essentially like an extra attack from Phileanosis herself. And so I wouldn't expect big damage from here, mainly because none of her kit boosts ally damage or reduces enemy defense or stuff like that. She seems to be a more defensive type that works with damage reduction, damage mitigation and healing from the damage taken, with some damage along the way. So if you want to work around Phileanosis, you're going to have to building a support around her as well that compensates for the lack of damage boosting or decreasing defense and stuff like that. But in terms of, I guess, energy charging, she might have decent potential. Just keep in mind it's pretty RNG. So at the moment, I would say that she's alright. I wouldn't really recommend going for her in this state. Let's see if the unique equipment does anything to improve that. Okay, so it's called Time Reset. I'm assuming it's a clock. Well, obviously it's a clock. I mean like a small watch. all the effects of time overclock increase by 27.5%, and I'm assuming at max level unique equipment this will be around probably 52.5%, which is pretty big. But let's take a look at time overclock first. So let's round it down to 50% boost at max level UE. Time overclock is this one. So the boost is this, not the damage, so just this bit. So that means I think it's going to be either an additive or a multiplicative boost. But I think either way, it won't really matter. I think like the result would still be effectively the same. So in this case, since it's boosted by 50%, the damage and the healing effect will be instead increased by 150%, assuming you have max level UE. So in this sense, it's pretty good. You know, like you can create like a nuker build in terms of dealing damage. Just keep in mind it is a 4 cost for chaos, and if you don't have that much chaos in stock, you know, you could essentially like slow your pacing down in terms of activating skills, because this is for setting up big damage, and it's not going to be easy to utilize, nor would it be as useful if you're using it to auto. But yeah, so overall, I would say go for her if you're a fan of the design and stuff like that. You know, she seems to be like one of those hidden librarians, you know, that's like managing over like a huge library that's like hidden through magic and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, Phileanosis seems to be like an interesting character, you know, I guess would be fun to try out and stuff like that. But if you're mostly free to play and stuff like that, or fully free to play like my free to play account, then I would suggest probably saving up for other characters that you may not have yet that are known to be good. And that's about it for this video. If you got any more questions regarding Phileanosis or RevivedWitch in general, do let me know down in the comments below. I'll be sure to respond. It's been your boy Nitrostorm. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video. Peace.